So I often get asked, what are the reasons that Stephanie and I decided to work with Experior Financial? And, there's many reasons. I have 10 reasons. The first one is the leadership of the company. When you've got leaders like Jamie and Leanne Prickett that are field leaders, they've been in the field, they've built an organization before, they've been advisors. You can't buy that. There's no business out there where you can get that kind of leadership, servant leadership at the head of the company. And I believe everything rises and falls on leadership. And when you have great leaders like that at the corporate office, it makes it inspiring for field leaders like ourselves to grow and build the business. And that's the first level of leadership. The second is the leadership of Experior itself. When we looked at the company, it was amazing to see the incredible leaders they have in the company. And they've come from all backgrounds, from the builder model, the captive model, and the MGA model. You just don't find that in organizations out there in Canada. I think that was a major reason for Stephanie and I to feel so confident. If this is good enough for that many people at those different organizations or levels to come into Experior, it definitely made sense for us. And so I think that was a huge one as well, was the leadership we saw, the quality of the people, the integrity of the people, the advisory knowledge that the company had. We came in and started interviewing some of those leaders. It was unbelievable. The other big thing is the tri-brid model. When you look at what they did, they captured, a magical moment where they combined the captive model with the MGA world, with the builder models, and put it all into one, so we could actually go out and attract people from all those different backgrounds. And that's important as a leader, as a builder, because if you want to grow and help more families in Canada, you need a larger team. And so when you have a model like that that can attract all the varieties of people, it's a really amazing place to work and be, because you have such more to offer people from all the different walks of life to come into this tri-brid model. The fourth one is compensation. There's a few levels of this, obviously, but for an advisor, they have great compensation competitive with the industry. So not only do you get to come in and be an advisor, you get to come in also, and if you choose to build your own agency, I'm talking to a lot of professional advisors today that are successful advisors. And they're now looking at ways to leverage their time, leverage their knowledge and ability to start training others. I say to them all the time, what would be more powerful? You with the high bonus by yourself, working by yourself, trying to build your business, or if you took and trained 5, 6, 7, or 10 other advisors to work with you, and you had the ability to have spread in the business for doing training with them and grow your business that way. And so long term, those advisors now are building. Of course, that's one aspect. The agency model itself has also been one of our passions, being able to license and train new people into the industry, into the business. But we can also attract quality licensed people in because of our model. And so it's beautiful when you can bring someone into the business and they can get the top executive director 140 bonus contract. And of course, they get the same ability to achieve that same contract. And of course, the company then provides another 53%. So you got a 140 plus 53, a 193% potential payout through the organization, which is incredible. I've never seen that before. A lot of people talk about compensation, but a lot of times it's hidden. You don't really see it clearly. So I love when people have transparency here. They know what they can build as an advisor only, or as an agency owner in our organization, and being able to pay out 7 different tiers of payout of that 53% is really powerful. So I believe what's really important about the compensation is people can make money from day one, good money. A lot of the models right now that are struggling is because the new person basically makes almost nothing, and most of the override goes to the top. The bonuses go to the upper echelons. And when you don't allow your people to make proper money, they can't stay in the business. I can't tell you how many advisors I've met from some of these builder models that have just done consumer proposal or are not financially sound. And I think that's a real problem in the industry. And so that's why I really love the compensation of Experior. The fifth area is we have many different MGA contracts. So why is that important? Almost 20 now. It's important because as an advisor, you have a lot of choice. And so today there's so much cultural diversity and so much need for a variety of products from, the life, CI, DI, long-term care. But now because of immigration and the great diversity of our nation, there's need for travel insurance, super visa. And so if you only have one provider, you actually can't even service the market. And if you only have one provider, are they competitively priced? So as an advisor, it's great for us because we get to serve the market fully and earn more income, right, by serving the market. But the other thing is too, the client benefits because we're competitive. If you only have one product and you have a high price, your business is going to get replaced. And so it's so powerful when you have a lot of providers, a lot of options for the business, and also for recruiting and attracting quality advisors they might prefer one brand over another because they're used to it. So I think it's very powerful that we can bring people into the business with the tri-brand model, with a lot of providers, and being able to attract them into Experior. So that's really exciting on that end. I truly believe today, if you don't have a robust product diversity, you're left behind. As an advisor, you're leaving money on the table. So I think it's so important that you have a lot of diversity, but you know how to sell those products. You know how to provide that value to the customer and the consumer, and that takes training as well. So I just believe too, the captive model today doesn't work anymore. It's just that one brand, one choice I think, those days are numbered. And I think that's really a big part of our compensation model. So I'm very excited about that. The other is the ownership programs. And so there's many of them in the business. From day one, we own our clients here. And I was part of a model where we didn't own the client, but we did all the work to attract and build and retain our client. But yet when you leave that organization, they own the client. And there's other MGAs like that as well that hold you captive. It's like handcuffs. And so when you go to look at other agencies, I feel sorry for new people that are never told this. And I think legally it should be disclosed that you don't own your client when you go in there. So if you're a new person looking at this video, please make sure you find out, do I own my client? If I leave this MGA, can I take my clients with me? A lot of the builder models are captive. They hold the client. And I don't think that's fair, because if you're not a big time builder type person, you can't make the upper echelons where all the money ends up going, you're going to starve. And so I think it's really important that if you don't succeed there, that you need to have the option to take your clients elsewhere. But that's really important no matter who you are. Imagine a person working so hard for 10 years to build their client base, then to find out they go to leave the business and all their trails and renewals are stuck there, and they have to go through a whole rigmarole to bring their clients back over. So I think it's very important that if you own your clients. And what's really nice is we have a buyout program. It's like a retirement program built in. It's like building your own pension plan. That's how I term it. I don't trust too many people. I don't really trust necessarily, the way things are with taxes or the government. Things change all the time. But here you can build a true pension plan by building a client base and then one day retire. So if you stepped out of Experior Financial, you have the ability to receive a 10 times buyout of 75% of those renewals and trails in that organization that you build of your client base. That's pretty amazing, because you have an actual proven way to exit the business if you want to totally retire out of it. You can also then have the agency model. So with the agency model, if you build that, you can will it to your family and kids. You can have someone in your family take it over. You could also take that business and take a buyout. I mean, what an incredible retirement strategy built into the model from day one. And it's there, it's transparent. So, my wife are excited that if we ever one day wanted to sell it, the company would buy it, or one of our agency owners might buy it. And we have the ability to get a 10x value in terms of the residual. So, we have a program where someone could take it over, someone could buy it out, they could pay you up front one time, or take a 10-year buyout of 75% of that residual ongoing. So there's many exit strategies that are involved in the industry and business. That's super important, because you're going to put your life and energy and your blood, sweat, and tears into building a company and a business. You need to make sure you have an exit strategy and multiple exit strategies to exit. The last one, and I don't know how long this will last for, but the share offer that's with Experior, we have an ability to become an executive director, to become a shareholder in Experior. And that's unbelievable to me. Imagine having stake in a company that I believe is going to go on to become a multi-$100 million, billion-dollar company in the industry. We've seen this happen with other firms in this type of model. It went on to become billion-dollar companies. And imagine having that ability to have shares in that organization. So it's an added bonus for doing what we're loving to do anyway. I just think that's incredible. The other point is number 7 is building and producing. You can do both here. Before, in the model that I came from, you could really only build to make any money. Here, you can be a producer only and make incredible money, and or be a builder. So it's a nice model. It's a great fit for doing what you want to do. And I just think it's so attractive, because we don't have to leave any agents behind. We literally can offer something for all different types of agents, whether they're really focused on the client side and or focused on building. There's the best of both worlds in our model. Number 8 would be the system. We have an incredible system on many levels. So the first is a tri-brand model. That creates a whole different system in itself, being able to capture the best of all 3 models in one and leave the bad behind. And so that's number 1. The second is our training. We have webinars, WhatsApp groups, weekly meetings in the offices. And so a lot of training, part of a system. So if you're looking at this as someone from the industry or other models, what do they have for training? What do they have to provide the advisor a success path? And so that's very important. I mean, when I come across a tough client situation, I put it into our WhatsApp groups with over 200 of the top advisors in the company, and they're all sharing knowledge. That just normally doesn't happen. Normally, you have to go learn it for yourself, all of it. It's stressful, it's time consuming. Here, we can get quick answers from top advisors as part of our chat groups. And that's the beauty of our model, because everyone's trying to help everyone succeed. Whereas in other models, a lot of them are trying to keep you down or keep you, not becoming as successful as them, because it takes the limelight away from them. Here, we celebrate that. We encourage it. And so lots of training, lots of opportunity to grow and build your business that way. And when top leaders are doing webinars and Zoom meetings almost daily, it's almost impossible to fail if you commit to learning and plugging in. So that's a big one. Number 9, I think, would be timing. I really believe that the timing of this industry is so critical. I think the model timing that Jamie and Leanne Prickett put together, our founders, is so amazing because they really read the industry. I don't believe today that any other model by itself will succeed in this changing industry. I think you need to have a little bit of all the models into one. So I really believe that timing is awesome for that model, but I also believe the timing is incredible for our company. Just 5 years in now, I say just 5 years. 5 years proves this model has been successful now and is even getting bigger and stronger and better in the industry. But I really believe that we have such an incredible model, and the timing right now is amazing because so many advisors are maybe sick and tired of where they're at. The brand there has been tarnished. The brand is no longer what it used to be because of a lot of change of the industry and a lot of issues that are going on. And so I think, again, the timing is so critical that we have the ability to grow and expand across the country. And next is going to be opening up the U.S., where we get a chance. As far as I know, the first time in history, a Canadian financial services company is going to open up the U.S. in this type of model and be able to grow and build there. And that's super exciting for anybody watching this video. And for myself and all the executive directors in Experior, we're so excited to grow across Canada. The timing is really at the very beginning, still in Canada, and yet we have a population 11 times the size of our country to go and help improve the lives of Canadian and American families as well. So our timing is just unbelievable. I think the 10th reason is the need for what we do. Never before in history have we seen so many families struggling. And new people coming to our country, and they don't know anything about money, finance, and so the need for what we do today is more prevalent than ever. The economy is tougher than ever. We're starting to see that happen now. With the economy is tough. People are also looking for financial help, but they're also looking for an opportunity to make good money. So I think the timing is so incredible on those two fronts. Just on the client side, because we have so many products and diversity, we can properly serve that consumer. So the consumer wins, the company wins, the advisor wins. So when you have a win-win-win in the business, in this industry, it's hard to beat. I mean, where else can you find that? And so all these factors, these 10 reasons, stack up to the need for what we do, and at the end of the day, serving the Canadian family. I think some organizations have lost their way in terms of just they recruit. They forgot that we serve the client. We forgot this is a financial services company. And so I believe that's so critical. And the fact that those clients also are looking for better opportunities because the economy is tougher, jobs don't pay what they used to, cost of living has shot up. So I think it's so important that they also have a way to generate additional revenue. So, I hope that makes sense. Those are my 10 reasons. And from my wife and I, Stephanie, we just believe that these 10 reasons are just too hard to ignore. So if you're watching this video, take a serious look at Experior, follow with a person that asks you to take a look at our great company. And if it's a fit for you, then you can take advantage of these 10 reasons for yourself. So thank you for watching this video.